Hello everybody, welcome back. Doing some flashback today.
Magic.
That thing that you just said, yes. With Mr. Boopster, of course. So this week, Mill took a tumble last week, so now I'm playing a different deck. So I'll go over the voting. Mardu midrange, unfortunately, even though it just got thrown in, came in last with 57 votes. I should mention, there were 335 overall, so two more than last week. So Mardu midrange, unfortunately, just peeks its little head up and then leaves. And then we had Elves in second last with 59, just barely.
So close.
Yeah. Then we had Merfolk with 88, and in first, Blue Builders with 131 votes. I'm glad you voted for that one because I actually really wanted to play this deck. I thought this was a really cool deck the last time we featured it. So, it's pretty exciting that I now get to play it because I didn't get to last time. So next week, Merfolk, Elves both come back, and the two new ones that we're adding are Grixis Control and Doran. I should mention Doran is a different list than Dat Asdo ran, which was one of the ones that we played at the beginning of Flashback, and it stayed in for quite a while, I think. I think it won like 3 times or something like that. But this one's quite a bit different. It's kind of just a Abzan mid-rangey thing that just happens to also run Doran. Whereas the other one was more like
all in on the toughness matter cards.
Yeah. And like assault formations and stuff. This one just has some Doran in it. But those are two really old lists that are like at least 2 years old. Since the last time we played them, so it'll be kind of exciting if either of those gets the vote. So, don't forget to vote in there. I'm playing Blue Builders. I'll be going first since I'm the Challenger deck, and we'll see you in Game 1. Alright, Game 1. Gonna show my hand. So, this one should be interesting. Yeah. Alright. To you.
And we've got... It's an interesting hand. Like that. Whoop.
Alright, so I'm going to lead with an island and a Basilisk Collar. Pass turn. Normally you want a Trinket Mage for this, but it's okay. It's reasonable.
Wooded Foothills and Turgo.
Untap. Draw. Ooh. Does it change my plans at all? It might. Darksteel Citadel. Chief Engineer. Pass turn.
End of your turn, correct that. Breeding Pool tapped.
Sure.
Untap. Draw for turn. A mountain. And an elder.
Sure.
Turgo.
Untap. Draw. Oh. I guess that's not terrible. I mean, it's not great, but it's not terrible. Alright. Yeah, I will play another Chief Engineer. Unfortunately, these don't really stack all that well. But they are 2 creatures, so I can tap them for 2 mana to spend on artifact spells, because artifact spells I have Convoke. And the new addition to the deck, Mir Superion, which for some reason wasn't in the original list, but it seems pretty solid here, because there's a lot of ways to cheat it into play. So yeah, 5/6 for 2. And here's an Inventor's Fair. Now pass turn.
End of your turn. Sacrifice that. Yeah, it's nice that he actually works with Convoke since it's it's not mana.
Mm-hmm. And although even if it was, it's mana that a creature is producing anyway, so it would work no matter what, but it's pretty solid.
And that's the other thing, is he works with Grand Architect, and the creature's producing mana.
Mm-hmm. Conveniently 2 mana. And all you need is an Architect, because an Architect can tap itself.
And then you get a 5/6.
Yeah. Seems pretty good. I heard someone in the comments for this deck was asking about, like, budget options or something like that.
It's the only reason I was looking for a binders, and I thought, why didn't we include this the first time?
Yeah, seems pretty solid. It's a big chunk of beef. Big beefy man.
Mountain. Here's an elder.
Yep. Wow.
Here's an elder.
Jeez. Geriatric ward on your side of the table.
Enter go.
Alright, so we're going to untap. We conveniently have 1, 2, 3 artifacts, so we're going to gain a life, going to 21. And then we'll draw a card. Okay. That's not terrible. Do I hook up one of these bad boys first, perhaps? Maybe. I don't know. Let's see. So unfortunately we already have this Darksteel Citadel, so I cannot Trinket Mage for land. By the way, I have a Trinket Mage, but I don't think it's going to matter. Probably not going to do it here. I guess we don't actually gain any life because you just block and sacrifice, so...
Yeah, equipping wouldn't be the best.
Yeah, so that doesn't seem great. Go for that. And that. That seems okay. Alright. Going to cast a Trinket Mage. Go searching for a thing. That thing is going to be a Walking Ballista.
Pretty good. You may be 0 mana, but you're not going to be paying 0 for him.
No.
Not in this deck.
Certainly not. Put that in my hands. And then we will convoke...
Oh, you're convoking.
Yes, I'm convoking. For a Lodestone Golem. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll pass the turn.
End of your turn.
Yep.
Island. And a mountain. Untap. Draw for turn. Valakut.
Yep. 3 mountains currently.
5 mana for Chandra.
Sure.
I think it's going to go down to kill Lodestone.
Seems right.
Enter go.
Seems like a pretty reasonable trade, considering. Draw a card. Alright. I guess it kind of makes the plan a little easier. You're at 19. Oh, do I still have? Yes, I still do. 22. Forgot about that. Also not a May. Gonna hook up Basilisk Collar to Mir Superion. And I'm going to... Let's see here. Two, 3. Put you to 11. Attack Chandra. Attack you. So 8 to you total.
Go to 11.
And I gain 5, going to 27. And 1 to Chandra. And that's all I got.
Untap. Draw for turn.
Yeah, at least this week I have something I can pressure Chandra with, unlike last week where I had a bunch of milk cards.
See, the unfortunate thing is, with all of these Sakura Tri-Builders, is I couldn't get the 4th color for Bring to Light. So we're going to Bring to Light for 3, but I don't
you have to pay
anything.
6 still. Right?
Why?
Oh, you killed this, right.
Yeah.
Duh. I was getting this confused with this for some reason.
No.
They both have 5 power. They do very different things, though.
Yeah, we don't really have anything exciting.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm at 27, so I don't know if Valakut's gonna
Electrolyze
do it.
that.
Which?
Trigger
Mage?
Mage.
All
Only
right,
thing I can kill.
I guess. Yeah, I guess if you can only do that for 3, that's not super exciting.
Well, I know you have the Walking Ballista, so
That
even
too.
if I did get like a
Madcap.
Madcap, it wasn't going to do a whole lot.
It's true.
Serum Visions. I mean, we're not living this turn, I don't think. Maybe, though. A mountain.
Yep.
Sure go.
Untap.
Oh, no, I played the Cinder Glade for land for the turn.
Oh, did you? Okay. I wasn't really paying attention. Inventor's Fair. Gain a life. 28. Draw a card. Well, this seems pretty safe. Mausoleum Wanderer.
Yeah.
1, 2... So I can only Ballista for 3, which is not great. So, I guess... Then... we just attack you for 7.
Go to 4.
Go to... 33. As soon as I find 13. There we go. And I guess I will... I'll move the collar to here, because why not? Pass turn.
Untap. Draw for turn.
I think I'm out of Valakut range, so I'm not too worried about that.
Reason. That good?
Yep.
All on
I'm
the
pretty
bottom.
sure this one's not gonna not gonna counter it.
And we're going to believe
Sure.
in
Du, 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 du. Du, 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 du.
wasn't a creature.
Does it go to your hand?
Yeah.
Yeah. Draw a card. Why not? 6 mana to draw a card.
So Steam Fence tapped.
Okay.
Enter go.
Untap. 34.
One mountain. The
Draw a
next
card.
mountain could have had a Valakut trigger. But
Yeah. All right.
okay.
I guess you're at 4, so it's pretty much that. You have a blue up. I don't actually remember what counter spells are in your deck. Why not? Ballista for 3?
Irresponsible myself.
Deal.
So I go 1.
Yeah, then I'll shoot you for 1. Why not?
Why not?
To kill you that way. Yeah, I had 2 of these, but 1 blue source.
Oh.
And these only give artifact spells convoke, so... Yeah. A little
Yeah, and those
unfortunate.
guys are a little better because 2 mana per things.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, and it pumps all the blue creatures, so those chief engineers and trinket mages and stuff would get a little bigger.
I was really hoping for prime time off Reason to Believe.
Oh, that'd be pretty sick.
Because that might have actually kept me alive a turn. But...
All right, so that was game 1, and we'll see you in sideboards. All right, sideboard time. So I'll go over mine first. It's a little unique looking, and that's because this whole top section here is kind of like a little potential package that you could bring in, which is kind of cool.
Trinket mages.
Yeah. So yeah, since this deck already runs 3 trinket mages in the main board, it's really well suited to having things that cost X or things that cost 1 in your sideboard. So I've got all these like little silver bullets that can be fetched, and of course the 4th trinket mage if you feel like you need to bring in a whole bunch of these. This match, I don't think I really do. I do like Cage because it stops, what's his name?
Platinum Empyrean.
Platinum Empyrean from coming in because he has to enter from a library. So that seems pretty good. But other than that, I mean, I could put a Chalice on 4. That'd be pretty disgusting. But
I mean, and your deck is pretty capable.
It is capable of doing it.
I'm not sure fast enough.
No,
Pithing Needle could
you'd have to do that on turn 3. Pithing Needle is good against Chandra, but I think I've got enough pressure that I can just pressure Chandra with creatures, because this deck actually has quite a few creatures. So I don't think I quite need a Pithing Needle. We'll see, though. I mean, if it wrecks me in game 2, then maybe I'll bring it in for game 3. As for these other things, Hex Parasite also for Planeswalker-style matchups. Relic, you're not really using your graveyard. Elixir, I don't really need the life.
That's just less for mill, even though that exists, but more for life gain because it's repeatable.
Yeah. The Hangerback Walker is more against like fast aggro-y type things because it. Yeah.
Well, and board like rat.
Well, that too. It is good against rats. Not yours in particular.
Yeah, not mine in particular.
But yeah, and Chalice of the Void we went over already. So I also have Spell Pierce, 2 Stubborn Denials because Mir Superion is definitely going to get you all the way to Ferocious. I've got 2 Dismembers and the other 2 Wormcoil Engines that were cut for Superions are here. If you need the life link or just need some more beef, it's pretty good.
Or something that doesn't die to push.
Yeah, that too. Pretty good on the beef side of things. But I think for this matchup, I only want to bring in the Cage for now. I don't think I really need to mess around with a lot of these other things, because I kind of like my main deck. What I'm going to bring out, though, is Shackles, because it's really bad against you. I need at least 6 islands before I can take anything of substance, that thing being Primeval Titan. Other than that, basically, I could take a Snapcaster Mage, or I could attempt to take a Sakura Tribelder, but you just sack that in response. Yeah. So that seems pretty bad.
It's just a little bit.
I'm going to take out this, put in this.
And a dream of getting all the way to 8 islands to steal the Empyrean?
Yeah.
Probably not a good idea.
Yeah. I mean, there's 17 in the deck, but last game I had 1 for the entire game, so doesn't seem great. Anyway, to you.
As for me, kind of gone over this before. What's good in this matchup? I think we're bringing in 2 Anger of the Gods, since it deals with a lot of his early game creatures. We're only bringing 2 as opposed to 3 because we do have the Bring to Lights late game to fetch them out. Ancient Grudge seems kind of obvious. All his threats are artifacts, and hey, this can destroy 2 different artifacts. Great.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
Primal Command can also deal with artifacts, just kind of a hodgepodge of things. Can find Prime Time, like we couldn't find it off that Reason to Believe. Mm-hmm. So, bring one of those in. And Reclamation Sage, because it also destroys a creature. And it could block once, which is nice.
Yeah. Seems pretty good.
Natural State doesn't quite seem good enough. Like, it can kill the Mir Superions and things, but there's a few other ones we're a little worried about. Mm-hmm. And I think just these is enough. As for what we're taking out, Reason to Believe.
Oh, you're fun of.
It failed me.
It failed me,
so it's gone. Snapcaster Mage... He's nice, but we don't need him for this matchup. 1 Lightning Bolt could be good, but kind of had to make some room, and Lightning Bolt was one of the weaker ones. 1 Madcap. We still do have Bring to Light to fetch it out, so having 2 copies as opposed to 3 copies of main board is still pretty fine. And 1 Chandra, because we don't do a great job of protecting her against like a swarm of creatures like he makes. We can make chump blockers for 1 or 2 creatures, but it's a little harder to protect her when it's a swarm.
Makes sense. Alright, so that was sideboards, and we will see you in game 2. Alright, game 2. Go ahead and show your hand.
We've got those.
Whoop. And for myself, pretty saucy. Alright. Start us off.
Wooded Foothills. I think we're going to go all the way down to 17 for Breeding Pool.
Okay. I smell a Serum Visions. Since you took your other Scry 3 thing out.
Yeah, it's not going to be a reason.
No reason for that.
Give me a reason to cut it instead. Serum Visions.
Yep.
Draw. Scry 2. One on top, one on the bottom. Turgo.
Draw a card. Ooh, that's a nicer land. Bolus Horned Land and a Mausoleum Wanderer. Pass turn.
Tap. Draw for turn. Mountain. Sakura Tribe Elder.
Sure.
Turgo.
Draw a card. I like that one too. I'm playing Island. And then we're going to play the super awesome Game Day Chief Engineer.
Yeah.
Full art one. I love it. And we're going to convoke out a Mir Superior. Pass the turn.
End of your turn.
Sure don't want to save that as a chump block?
Nah. Find a forest.
Yeah, this card seems like the nuts in this deck. I really like that inclusion.
Untap. Draw for turn. Farseek.
Yep.
Not gonna make us pay one.
No. I don't really care that much.
I think we'll find Steam Vents tapped.
Sure.
And our land for the turn should be a Wooded Foothills.
You got it.
Because I could have done these both at the same time. Oh well. Mountain.
So you could currently Bring to Light for 3. I mean, not this turn, but in the near future.
And a Tribe Elder.
Maybe for 4? I don't know what basics you have.
Well, that was my problem in the first game was
Yeah.
Tribe Elder can't find the fourth.
Sure.
Turgo.
Tap. Draw a card. Ooh. Ooh, that is saucy. That is saucy. I'm gonna play an island. I'm gonna cast a Trinket Mage,
Yeah.
which will go fetch something. I think I actually want a Walking Ballista. So I'll go grab one of those bad boys. But this turn, we're going to convoke out a Grafdigger's Cage, because it is an artifact spell.
Yeah.
Seems pretty good. And sure, we'll send for 5.
Block.
Yep.
Sack. This doesn't turn off my land.
Not too surprised there. And because her hand's just that good, there's another Superion. Pass turn.
Oh. Untap. Draw for turn. 6 mana.
Ooh.
Good old prime time.
You got it. I was kind of expecting a board wipe.
Well, the board wipe kind of doesn't deal with 2 of these.
Nah, that's true.
And a Sacred Foundry.
Well, you're up to 5.
So any other land
Yeah.
can now be bolts.
So when that attacks, that could be get a mountain and a Valakut. Ooh, it's pretty good.
Enter go.
Also, that's not fun to attack into. Draw a card. Okay. Here's an island. 16. $10.
Go to 6. Afraid of the Walking Ballista.
Yeah.
I kind of need prime time to live.
It's true. Yeah, I suppose. One do I not care to keep around as much? Tap like that. Ballista for 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Pass the turn.
Untap. Draw for turn. Swing for 6.
Yep. So you get trigger.
So find a Valakut.
You got it.
And the Steam Vents.
Yep. So you get 2 triggers off that.
Yeah, so we get 2 triggers off that. We'll deal 3 damage to each of the Superions.
Oh, that's gonna hurt. Yep. Oh, all right. Sure. I'll take 6. 14.
And green, blue, red, yeah. Like that. Bring to light. Finding anger of the gods.
So I think I have to respond to this, right?
I'm casting this as well.
Oh, does this lets you
Yeah.
cast this?
Like,
Okay.
lets me cast that without
Okay.
paying its mana cost.
So that does go on the stack. All right.
You could kill Primetime, but
Yeah, I'm wondering what I care about. So you're at 6?
yeah.
Ugh. It's not great. Yeah. I'll put 3 damage on Primetime.
Okay.
And then anger.
Resolves.
So everything gets exiled,
Yeah.
right? Except for Ballista, of course, because he died
Let's
before.
first. And I'll play my land for the turn.
Sure.
Turgo.
Untap. Draw a card. Ugh. Oh boy. And you can even fetch a mountain with that. That sucks. Here's a 1/3
Yeah.
and pass turn.
End of your turn. Gonna crack this going to 5. And we can find a Cinderglade, which I guess comes into play untapped.
Yep.
And sure, we'll shoot this Chief Engineer and shoot you for 3.
Okay. He was an excellent absorbent. I'll go to 11.
Untap. Draw for turn. Four. 8.
Oh.
We're just gonna cast him.
All right. Well, that's interesting.
And Stompagram tapped. 6 damage to you.
Yep. I go to 5.
Turgo.
Well, you gotta be out of natural mountains sometime. Ugh. Wanderer. Ballista for 1. Pass the turn.
Untap. Draw for turn.
I mean, I'm dead to a mountain if you got one.
No cards in hand?
No cards in hand. Use it if you got it.
5 mana for Primal Command.
Sure.
We're going to put Graph Digger's Cage on top of your library and find a creature card from me.
Okay. That's interesting.
Find prime time.
I guess. Sure. Oh, actually, because it has to go in that order, doesn't it?
Well, no, because I'm putting it into my hand. I'm not putting it on the field.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Never mind. So you just bounce the cage for funsies?
Yeah. I mean, what was I going to do? Gain 7 life?
Good point.
That wasn't an option.
Good point. We could have hit this, right?
No, it says non-creature.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's why I was like, well, I can't
Doesn't
get
say
rid of
artifact.
blockers.
Yeah, that
so.
makes sense.
But now we can just prime time.
Sure,
Assuming
I will.
we have-
I guess I can still technically shoot you in response. It's just nothing happens. So I'll do that.
1 mountain and Valakut for good measure.
You got me. All right. Well, I was not quite expecting that. I had a really
you
good
don't
board
really
position, but then
natural drop Platinum Imperium.
that either. Well, it was more the you had Valakut naturally fetch the stuff, hit both of those, and then clear the board. That's pretty sick. But my other plan there was if I just shot you for 3, leaving the Primeval Titan alive because you were at 6, then I could have maybe somehow slowly crawled back in. But knowing you had that naturally, there was no chance. All right, so that was that game, and we'll see you in game 3. All right, game 3. Gonna show my hand. That's what I've got going on. That's a pretty interesting package. Go ahead.
And we've got those. Whoop.
Okay. So, I'm going to lead the Shiny Island and Mausoleum Wonder.
Shiny Island.
Yeah, that alone just means that you're
Turn.
pretty much dead, so...
That
Shiny
really
Island.
doesn't change what we want to do for our first turn. So, Misty Rainforest.
Sure.
Crack that. Gonna go all the way to 17. For Breeding Pool.
I smell some more seruming. The scent of serum in the morning.
And you were correct. Serum Visions.
Yep.
Draw. Scry 2. Yeah, those are both going on the bottom.
That's what I like here.
Turgo.
Untap. Draw a card. Ooh. It's pretty sexy. Here's an island. Here's a Chief Engineer.
Just the regular foil one, not
Yes.
the Supreme foil.
Definitely not. Here's an Ethereum Sculptor, using the Convoke.
Yeah.
This makes artifacts that cost 1 less to play, and I can Convoke with them. Mir Superion.
Oh.
And I'll pass the turn.
I'm glad it wasn't a second year Superion.
Yeah.
Untap.
That would have been pretty disgusting.
Draw for turn.
Hopefully this is enough early pressure that I can get to it before I get double angered or whatever. Like last game.
We're going to bolt that guy. I think he may have done
Probably a good
work,
idea.
But just in case. Turgo.
And you can pay for it with the Wanderer, so no real point in doing anything with that there. Here's an island. And conveniently, 1, 2, 3, 4, Lodestone Golem. And then I'll attack you for 7.
10.
Pass the turn.
Untap. I think that was just disgusting. Turgo.
Alright. Yeah, this was a pretty good hand, turns out. Oh my god.
Yeah, that Lodestone Golem. Well, I mean, your 1-drops are really good because it would have delayed an anger that could have happened this turn.
Yeah.
But then Lodestone on top of that, yeah.
Well, and this too.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, he delayed me from
two
possibly
delays,
wiping this turn, and yeah.
So, this is kind of weird. So here's another Ethereum Sculptor for 1 mana, because it makes it cost 1 less. But since Lodestone Golem makes non-artifacts cost 1 more, here's a 2 mana Judge's Familiar, so I kind of broke even there. And, yeah, beat for enough. I mean, you showed me your hand anyway, so just those 2. Just for 10.
Oh yeah, those guys are 10.
Yeah.
I was thinking one was 4, but yeah.
Nah.
It's 5-3.
Woo! Well, that was very
That was
aggro.
disgusting.
It was very aggro. I top decked this too. Like I had a pretty nuts hand with like this in it. So I thought like, oh, that's really cool. And then I'm like, oh, that's an amazing.
Oh, and here's the Lodestone Golem to just seal.
Oh man,
anger possibly coming down.
Yeah, so I really like the Mir Superions in this deck. I think that they're
and your 1-drops slowing down mass removal is great.
Yeah, that is really nice. Anyway, so that was this matchup. There were actually 3 pretty good games. I mean, that one was very one-sided, obviously. But it was still a sweet game. So, yeah, don't forget to vote in the thing, and we will see you on Friday and next week.
Bye!